So I got myself a Bulls hat. And the reason I did that is not because, having grown up in the Chicago area in the 80s and 90s, seeing the Chicago Bulls, the repeat, three-peat, six-time world champion Chicago Bulls, was a particularly exciting time, and I've kind of always wanted one of these hats. No, the reason I bought it was in solidarity with a man named Kilmar Abrego Garcia, who was recently arrested and deported to a maximum security prison for terrorists in El Salvador. That was done to him without due process. And it was done because there had been a mistake in the law books, and he had been accused of association with a gang because he was wearing a Bulls hat some 5 years ago. This man has been living in the States for 13 years. He's married to an American citizen. He has a work permit, which was issued to him by the federal government, and which he's been renewing every year as per the law. The Trump administration and its efforts to crack down on immigration has made a deal with El Salvador to house criminals there, suspected criminals, paying them millions of dollars a year to house them. These people, as we've seen, are being deported without due process, a right which is afforded to all of us. Anyone living in this country has the right to due process. You can't just be picked up off the street and sent into a gulag in a foreign country. Kilmar's deportation was a mistake. The Trump administration has admitted that it was a mistake. The charges of gang affiliation are a known clerical error. The administration has admitted this. The Supreme Court has voted 9-0 to tell the Trump administration that they need to bring this man back. They need to facilitate his return from El Salvador. And the Trump administration is refusing to do it. And instead of admitting their mistake, which they've already admitted, they are doubling down on these accusations that he is a criminal, that he's a gang member. Trump posted a picture of his tattoos and suggested that they indicate that he's in MS-13. And this man has never been in MS-13. MS-13 mostly operates out of Los Angeles. This man lives in Maryland with his family, his wife, who's an American citizen, and their children. And he's currently languishing in a prison in El Salvador. His family is trying to secure his return. And the president of El Salvador has come to the United States, has sat in the Oval Office with our president, and the two of them sat there with smug smiles on their faces and joked about how they're not going to return this man. President Bukele of El Salvador, he said, "I couldn't return this man. That would be like smuggling a terrorist into the United States." What does that mean? This man could be released immediately. I'm sure the president of El Salvador has the power to do that. And the president of the United States was sitting there. He could have asked him, "Would you return this man? We made a mistake." This could have been over weeks ago. But they're refusing. They're doubling down. They're lying. And they're spreading more and more lies. And why are they doing this? It's a good question. I don't know exactly why they're doing it, but I think one reason is because they want us to be fearful. If they can arrest one person without due process and send them to a foreign gulag, then they can do it to any of us. In fact, Trump has already gone on record publicly musing at the White House that maybe he'll start sending American citizens to foreign gulags as well. And who will hold him accountable for that if we're not holding him accountable already for what he's already done, for what he's already admittedly done, the mistakes he's made, mistakes which are having real consequences, which are separating families and destroying people's lives. And he thinks he can just get away with it. Well, I don't think we should let him get away with it. There are some 4 million people living in our country who are either on temporary protective status or who have pending asylum claims or who are international students on student visas. And the Trump administration is sending the message that they can take away any of these people's residency status whenever they feel like it and with no warning. And they can arrest you and they can send you God knows where. And this is something that should be completely unacceptable. This is America. This is a land of freedom, freedom of speech and expression, freedom to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And these rights can't just be taken away by some president who's unwilling to admit he's made a mistake, unwilling to accept the Supreme Court ruling and accept the rule of law. And we simply can't accept this. Today we are all Kilmar, Abrego, Garcia, and we need to keep fighting until this man is back safe and secure in his home. I created this YouTube channel to document everything that's going on these days and to be a voice of resistance against what I believe to be an illegitimate, immoral, and criminally corrupt presidential administration. I hope you'll join me on this project as I seek to hold them accountable for their actions and to protect truth, justice, and the American way. Stay safe, my friends, and stay brave.